Welcome to the Thinking Particles 5 rope dynamics video. In this video I will explain how we have implemented the rope dynamics into Thinking Particles 5. Our soft body simulation system we use now in Thinking Particles 5 is based on the Bullet physics library. Let me just first show you how the system works. A rope system is a spline that can react to forces like gravity, wind, or any other kind of force. What you see here right now is just a random force to simulate a wind and a very flexible rope system here. Let me just explain how we implemented the rope dynamics into Thinking Particles, because we think it's a revolutionary way to handle rope systems or to handle the whole matter of rope dynamics in Thinking Particles. So what we are doing here right now is we have in our Thinking Particle system we have these three dynamic sets. We have the create dynamic set, the gravity dynamic set, and the dynamics dynamic set. In the create dynamic set we do something very simple. We have a position born, so we create particles. Right now we create one particle, and we will use this one single particle as the position where we want to draw the rope to. The other position is defined by a point 3 helper. And as well, the point 3 helper supplies the from position. So for a rope to exist in Thinking Particles 5, we need a from and to particle or position. As I said, with the born, we have one particle we create. Then in our other dynamic set, we have a very simple setup. I have these three random generators for X, Y, Z, and we create a random direction where we use our wind or force to blow the ropes around. And in the last dynamic set, we just have our Bullet physics engine solver activated, and that's all what we have. And the cool thing about the way how Thinking Particles uses rope system dynamics is how it's implemented. As you can see here, right now we have one point. That's our first point where we draw the rope and the target particle. And the cool thing is about using particles. So we can use particles, we can use positions, we can use other objects, we can even anchor objects to ropes. We have all the flexibility we want. And on top of everything, we have this nice and fast real-time soft body simulation system with Bullet. And everything is and stays fully procedural, fully rule-based. So let's say I just want to have more than one rope. I would just go here and create let's create 20 particles. So when we do that, we suddenly have 20 particles and 20 ropes that are created. And again, they are influenced by the force, the gravity, the random directions we have added to this little scene. And that's the cool thing about it. And still it runs in real time. And just to show you what we are here doing, we are having here real geometry. So these are real geometry. You can define how the rope should be drawn. You can have different ways to draw the rope. So what you are seeing here right now is real geometry that is calculated with collisions, with everything, with gravity. A full dynamic simulation is going on here in real time. So let's see how far we can push this system. Let's say, okay, I want 150 ropes, all accurately and physically correct simulated. Let me just zoom out and let's start the simulation. As you can see, it slows down a little bit. But still, remember, this is a real rope simulation, a physics simulation that's going on here in real time with collision detection, with everything in here. So let's just have a look in here and investigate a little bit our rope system here. And as you can see, it is really, really accurate. So there's nothing weird or strange going on in here. It's all nice, nothing weird inside of this. So we have this physics simulation going on in real time, and we have a lot of ropes right now. Remember, this is fully integrated in Thinking Particles, so we can have objects moving through that. We can have the ropes anchored to other objects. We can do all kinds of physics effects with that. So let's just do it even more. Let's go to 300. So I'm now creating 300 ropes here on my system. And yes, you can see it's slowing down. However, if you wanted to visualize how this thing looks like, you really don't need for a first test the real geometry. So there's a special mode you can turn on in your rope settings, and this mode is controlling the mesh hull for the ropes, and you can just turn them to none. And what we will do now is we will just use splines, real splines in the viewport, and these splines will just work much, much faster. Keep in mind the screen recording software is not able to catch all the frames here. It's really, really fast in spline mode. And I think it's even faster than we can record with our screen capture software. So you get this nice fast preview with this rope system, even when you really overdo it and have hundreds or even thousands of ropes. There's many more things you can do with the rope system. There's a lot of parameters you can do. Please check out our other videos that talk about how to set up ropes, how to anchor the ropes. We have several What's New videos on our webpage.